because Sick wasn't even the most impactful man in this match, and yet this is the guy. You know, we remember from the previous match when he had the 4K with the Phantom. And by the way, Phantom difference, right? I feel like more European teams have to pick up the Phantom because it makes a difference. The fire rate, the 5 bullets more in those clutch situations, they come in handy. And Dapper was showing that yesterday with that 4K. And today, with those pistol rounds, he was putting a lot of impact, fueling that orb. You know, basically the ultimate in 2 rounds is insanely impactful, something that we didn't see from Vikings, even though they had it available for such a long time. So there's this small difference are mounting up. And, you know, this team still has Tenz, Shazam. Those guys are like in the forefront. They're spearheading that team. But when you have people like Sick in the backlines that can pick up the slack in case someone else doesn't get the kill, then that's insanely valuable. Like, and Sentinels are just so dangerous.
Yeah, well, you know, I like how even right now you're still trying to help Europe continue to rise to the occasion and give them guidance. But who doesn't like a good classic right click, though? Am I right? It's everyone's like favorite thing in the game besides, you know, buffing the shorty. You heard it here first, Riot. Buff the shorty. Do me a favor.
I had something about Judge, though.
no
Bring
Judge today.
Bucky.
No,
Bring back the Bucky.
No Bucky either. Just a shorty. That's all we care about. All right. Well, we said that we had 2 players from Sentinels to talk to, and yes, we do. Thankfully, we have Dash standing by with another Verizon post-match interview. This time with Tenz.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Golden Boy. They put on such a big show today, we had to talk to 2 of them. I got Tenz here after another crushing victory from Sentinels. Tenz, talk to me, man. So far in this tournament, Sentinels has looked on another level compared to the rest of the teams. Quite a showing yesterday against Fnatic, even more dominant today. Similar question to what I asked at Dapper, but did you expect to be in this kind of form this early on here at Masters 2?
So one thing about our team is we're very momentum-based, and as I said, like, when we got our first matches out against Fnatic yesterday, I felt like going into this match, we were even more confident and we were pretty prepared. We did our work on them, and yeah.
Well, so speaking of confidence, right? First LAN for this sport, and obviously there's a wealth of experience on the team, and people are familiar with LAN in general. I think there's always, you know, a period of figuring out how the game changes on LAN. So for you, specifically being a newer member to the team, still probably finding your role a little bit about how you work with people, how has the experience been transitioning to LAN specifically?
So for me, LAN has felt really good because I'm used to playing on 60 ping. Something that I had to do was personally like tighten up my gameplay a lot. I had to take less risky peeks. Just everyone reacts faster on LAN, especially if I'm taking an aggressive duel. I might not be able to escape as if I was taking it online.
Well, that's very interesting because you talk about taking less risky plays, and that might be true, but when you do take those risky plays or you look for those aggressive op shots, man, do they pay off for the team? I'm thinking specifically map 2 here on Haven, holding down A site, you know, multiple rounds, 3Ks, 4Ks. I mean, for you, joining the team, like, was this something that was actively discussed, the way that you could position in a way that it seems like a lot of other players just simply don't have the mechanics to do?
So I just play with a lot of confidence, and especially being around the Sentinel squad, like, they're amazing, and they definitely boost my confidence even more, so I can go out for those really aggressive engagements.
Okay, so we got Shazam as a leader. We got Dapper as well on the flank in a lot of places. Like, working with these 2 guys specifically, you know, what have they taught you in your career as one of the younger guys, but a star in the making?
So something I'm learning a lot, like, I'm learning a lot more in-depth fundamentals of the game, and of course, like, Shaz is really good at kind of putting a, what's the word for it? Like, as I said, tightening up my gameplay. Like, he's kind of making sure I don't go too ham and go for too many content plays.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, look, you know, it's like that unbridled aggression, and then having somebody to be able to pull you back every once in a while and say, wait a second. All right, so do you think you add to the Sentinel special? Because there's that whole idea that once we see you guys in position, and again, we saw it on Haven, it was a 10-2 first half, and then a few rounds slip away. Are you helping or hurting in that situation?
When we get into the lead, the good thing about this team, I'd say we always have fun, and especially when we're in the lead, we like to kind of play loose, and we always want to smile. So yeah,
As long as you come away with the victories, man, that's all that matters, right? Looking ahead, we've got a possibility of running into the other NA Titan in version 1 or possibly new turn. I'm just curious for you as you look ahead at that run through the upper bracket and looking to lock up Masters 2, how you kind of view each of the teams that are still ahead of you.
So personally, I think that new turn might surprise a lot of people and possibly come out with the dub on version 1, but who knows, really? Like, we just haven't seen that matchup yet. So personally, I would like to play new turn just because I've always played the domestic like NA matchups. So I played against version 1, I played against NV, like teams like that. So it'd be really fun to play against a new team, a new region, and I'm sure that they have a lot of surprises.
All right, similar to Dapper, we'll let version 1 get, knocked to the lower bracket. They can make the run from there, and you guys will get the practice against another region. Well, either way, Tenz, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me. Congratulations on another very impressive victory today and putting on an individual show, man. Man, I wish I had mechanics like you. From here, it's back to Golden Boy and the Golden Gang to close out the day.
Well, thank you so much, Dash, for that. I mean, look, me and you both, we may not have the reflexes, but you got the hair, Poppy, so you're good. You know, I mean, I'm going to look at this struggle bus. Struggle City Population 1 right here at the top of my head. Here, also another thing that I want to be very clear about. We are totally going to use content plays now on cast. That needs to become a thing. Potter, it needs to become a thing. But here's the thing, Potter. Like, he's so good. And now he's saying, I have to tighten up my gameplay on LAN. But, like, that was already, like, super tight gameplay, and now he's even better. That's scary.
That is scary. And you know what's even more scary is how self-reflective he is, how quickly he's able to realize what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are, right? And Shazam is in like the best position he could ever be, right? As an in-game leader, to have a little pit bull on your left and one on your right that you could just leash up whenever you need, but let loose and go out there and get some action, get into some action and find where the duels are going to happen. That's the best of both worlds. And I love the fact that Tenz is able to realize that at this level, even though Tenz is kind of in his own world and he is probably the best of the best, he realizes that it doesn't always just come down to aim. It doesn't come down to those 50-50 duels. He does need to utilize his teammates, and he needs to utilize those crossfires. And that's exactly what we saw Sentinels doing here.
Yeah, and what is even more important is that we have to realize as a scene that the game will evolve. The game will be revolving more about the utility, about the gameplay, about the way you're going to play off your teammates. And the quicker people realize that, the better is that for them. So people with insane mechanics, like Tenz, an example, they can focus on that aspect instead of training their aim because they're already on the top. You know, so that only bodes well for the future of him as a player. It's insanely happy. I'm insanely happy to hear that even people who are one of the best players in the world, as Potter said, he's so self-reflective. And and as a joke, I just imagined Shazam putting a leash on